Welcome to This Week in Security, with our roundup of the most important stories of the week affecting UK security, private and public sector organisations. Our editor's top stories this week include why call centres are now looking like the weakest link in security. A new laptop ban threatens the joy of being a first-class passenger and could vastly increase the risk of in-flight fires. We ask, can you really trust foreign companies with our security? Plus, news about a rise of over 2,000% in business email compromise fraud to a staggering $5 billion loss per annum. Now, CFAS has just published a fascinating report on the burgeoning growth of facilities takeover fraud. This is where criminals find a way to steal an identity and then raid the bank account of the identity owner. The report covers over 325,000 instances of fraud and notes that as IT measures make it harder for crooks to hack their way into accounts, they now target call centres, having gleaned some basic details of an identity, typically from sources on social media such as date of birth, address, and details of bank accounts or other accounts, and sometimes even passwords. And with enough information, they can fool call centre staff into transferring control over to them. CFAS Chief Executive Simon Duke said working together, organisations prevented £1 billion worth of fraud last year. But we know that as one method gets harder, fraudsters change tactic rather than stop. We are now seeing that the advances made in securing online access to customer accounts have led to fraudsters targeting the human being at the end of the phone. Using old-fashioned but highly effective con artistry, they are now tricking individuals into giving away their personal details and deceiving call centre staff into making transactions on their victims' accounts. The proliferation of personal data that is available either online or through data breaches only makes this easier. Now, following tightening of security over laptops, it looks likely that the US is about to introduce a complete ban on laptop use in flight. The devices will be consigned to the hold, and this is likely to upset major airlines who rely on premium income from first-class passengers who are a major beneficiary of in-flight laptop use as they fly between critical business meetings. But there could be a number of unforeseen major downsides that far outweigh the attempt to reduce smuggling of bombs on board jets. Number one is the risk of fire. There have been an increasing number of problems with lithium batteries catching fire, even the batteries powering aircraft causing major fire incidents. Placing dozens of lithium-based devices in the hold increases the risk of an unstoppable inferno. Then there's the fact that lost luggage happens due to accidents or criminals in the luggage handling crews stealing valuable equipment and even more valuable data. Plus, there are worries that executives might also have their PCs imaged by security in customs services, leaving them exposed to unwanted investigation. With Brexit looming large, border security is a top priority, but SEOL has picked up reports that say that HMRC's £70 million Customs Declaration Service, a system that HMRC describes as business critical, is in trouble. The system is supposed to replace the 25-year-old current customs handling of import and export freight system, or CHIEF system. In fact, the Treasury Select Committee warned in the last week that confidence has collapsed. Committee Chairman Andrew Tyree stated that in little over 3 months the project has rapidly deteriorated. On November the 25th, 2016, the project was rated green, meaning it was successful and on time. But by 31st of January it was rated as amber red, meaning it faces major risks and urgent action is needed to save it. Over in the US, a row has broken out between Eugene Kaspersky, owner of a Russian-based antivirus company of the same name, and 5 senior federal advisors on cybersecurity who warned of the risk of Russia using the software to plant Trojans and backdoors into mission-critical systems. They claimed to have planted probes that proved the risk was real. Closer to home, we caught up with Security Institute's Gary Evanson at the recent SCTX show to find out what he thought about the increased reliance on international suppliers from nations that have a track record of cyber espionage.
So do you sense any new initiatives, any new innovation coming out of the show today?
Well, not that I've seen so far. I think perhaps one of the biggest things that started to happen to these shows is the prominence of Chinese hardware, and far be it from me as a security professional, but I would always look a bit odd if I chose Chinese stuff, and I think CPNI might have a word or two about that as well, because I think you really do have to go through a big exercise if you're going to start buying things like CCTV from China or any other electronic system. Because of course the opportunity always exists for back entrances to the equipment you're using. So I think that element is something we perhaps in the future need to look at quite closely.
Thank you, Gary.
Now, the FBI published an alert with detailed statistics highlighting concern over a major rise in business email compromise fraud to a staggering $5 billion loss, also known as the Beck scam. The Beck scam continues to grow and evolve and target small, medium and large businesses. Between January 2015 and December 2016, there was a 2,370% increase in identified exposed losses. The scam has been reported in all 50 states of the US and in 131 countries. Victim complaints filed with the IC3 and financial sources indicate fraudulent transfers have been sent to 103 countries. Based on the financial data, Asian banks located in China and Hong Kong remain the primary destinations of fraudulent funds. However, financial institutions in the UK have also been identified as prominent destinations. And some good news if you're worried about Beck fraud. Over the next few months, SEOL will be publishing a series of training videos based on the latest FBI guidance to help companies become aware and increase their defenses. So get your finance team signed up to SEOL to get these free video guides. That's all for now, so make sure you're subscribed to SEOL YouTube, follow us on Twitter, or join our LinkedIn group ahead of our new website launching in the first week of June 2017. And online together, we'll make the world a safer place. Bye for now.